Hello friends, my name is Akshay. Today we will let's start our journey which is C. So my editor is open in my system and our today's agenda is to learn about format specifiers. So in our last lecture we see how can we initialize variable and declare variable and how variables allocate memory in our hard disk. So today our agenda is to understand format specifier and afterwards we will learn about scanf function. Scanf used for to take input from user, okay, and then we have time, so we will discuss about comments. What is the comment? So let's start with format specifiers. Okay, so here we write our necessary code which is include stdio.h, which is a standard input and output library which contains standard input output functions. Okay, and then our main function which returns 0. So this is compulsory, as you know. So here I take one integer a and initialize with 10. Okay, here I have character b, initialize with c, and we have one float, initialize with 1.3. okay, and then we have one double, the name of float is f, double d, the name of the 1.45. okay, here we want to the print of the value of a, b, f and d. So for printing stream we have function printf. So I hope all of you know how printf works. So here you have to write format specifiers. So here I tell you, when you want to print integer, so for integer you have format specifier is %d. okay, note it. For character you have format specifier %c. if you want to print float value, so you have format specifier %f, and if you want to print double value, so you have format specifier %d. you have to remember this all format specifier. This is basic format specifier, there are more, but here I take which is more useful. So we want to print our value of a, so here we write %d and here give a variable which is integer corresponding. okay, and then save this file. Our file name is format.c extension because this is C file, and then compile and run. So here we can see printf a, so our output is 10. okay, we want to print character, so here we take new line for printing character we have format specifier %c. okay, and then here you have give the name of the variable, and here according its format specifier for printing. okay, so just compile this and print. So here you can see that 10 and c will be is printing here. So the value of a is 10 and value of b is c, so it's print accordingly. But this is all output in one line, and if you want to output c in new line, so you have \n after a. Here you can write \n, so it's compiling first fetch the value of a here, which is percent using format specifier %d, and value of a is 10. So here 10 will be print, and then backslash n it will read, compiler will read. So backslash n means new line, and then compiler generate a new line as output. And after doing this, compiler will look here the format specifier %c, and it catch the value according it, which is the value of b is c. So it will print c in new line. So here you have write backslash n for generating new line. So you can look here, 10 is printed and c it's print in new line. Okay, so you have to write new line here. Okay, understand this. If you don't write new line here, and if you write new line here, so your output does not change. You can look here, it read %10 value. Okay, you can see here %d, so it read the value of a 10. Okay, and then printf do the 10 as output. So here 10 is output, and then compiler read this %c. So %c is the capital C, so it is generate C, and then you have written here backslash n. So here new line will be printed. Okay, so you have to take care about backslash n, where you have write according your aim, you have to write this. According your desire, you have to write this. This is depends on situation, which type of output you want. Okay, so this is all about format specifier. If you want to print this f and d, so you have write here according format specifier, which are I clarified here. And there are more format specifier. I will give you link in description. You can read all format specifier. Okay, so if we want to print like this, value of a is 10. Okay, so we want to the concatenate this string with any variables value using, so you can do it using printf. So here write this for doing this. So here write printf, and here write value of a is. Okay, and here I want to the source the value of variable a. So here write format specifier for this %d. Okay, and then here give the variable. So the output will be value of a is, this string will print as it is, but here %d is a format specifier, so it asked for its corresponding variable. So a is the corresponding %d, so the value of a will take here, and then output is the value of a is 10. You can see that here value of a is 10. So here you can write backslash n for printing new line, and here you can also write value of b is %c. Okay, and here you write c. So the output is, first it will print value of a is %d, and you know how %d will work. %d asked the value to a, and a will give value 10 to %d, and %d will print 10 instead of this itself, and then it read backslash n. So backslash n means the new line, and afterwards it read value of b is. So this is string, this is not any format specifier or not any backslash n like this character. So this is string, so it will print as it is, and then here %c is a format specifier. Okay, so it will ask its corresponding variable. It sequence like this: if %d is first, so it asks the first variable; if %c is second, so it asks second variable; if you change the order of A and C, so it will not give output proper as you want. So you have take care about the orders of format specifier, and according the variable you have to write here. Okay, and %c will ask value to C, and C will give the value is a C. Okay, so here I compile the code. So it say that C is not declared, because here we don't declare C, we declare the variable B. Okay, so here you can look our output. Value of A is, so its print exit is, and %d is 10. Okay, and then \n generating new line, and then in new line you have write value of B is, so here value of B is written, and then %c. Okay, if you want printf value of f is %f. Okay, and then here you write f for backslash for creating new line, then compile this and run. Okay, so here you can look value of f is 1.300000. so you can look here the value of f is 1.33, and in our output it will shows the 1.30000. so the after decimal it will shows the 6 digit after this point. Okay, and here you have write only 3, so it is by default it will generate always 6 digit after point. Okay, this is a default numbers. So I hope you have understand how you can use printf for printing the value of variable and using format specifier, and I will give a link to know more format specifier in description. Okay, so our format specifier is completed. So assume you want to take a value from user and store the value which are fetching from user in a variable. So for doing this, create one variable. Okay, and you want to store value in A which is fetch from user. So for taking input from user you have function scanf. Okay, in scanf you have written here format specifier for the according variable. Here we take variable integer, so I write here %d. Okay, and in printf you have written A. Okay, but in scanf you have written int %a. Why we have here written int %a? I will teach you why we written here int %a. When I will start pointer, at that time I will teach you, and I think you can understand how we write here this. And if you know pointer, so scanf take the address of A. Int %a means address of the A, and scanf take the address of A for inserting value. Okay, if you don't know pointer, so don't need to understand this what is the address of A, only just remember this sentence. You want to take input for variable which data type is integer, so you have written here format specifier according your variable data type, and here you have write int %, and after two words after following int %, you have write the name of the variable. Okay, this is necessary. So and then I use printf for printing the value of A. Value of A is, and here you write %d and here write A. So this program first initialize A is a variable, and then asked value of A from user, and then it will print the value of A. So just compile this code. Okay, so here it asking for the value. So I write here 20, okay, and then enter. So value of a is 20. So it will take input from the user and it will shows the value of this. Okay. So using this we can create one simple program which take input as a two value and it will shows the sum of the output. Okay. Our task, I take two values as an input and I will shows the summation of both values as output. Okay. So for doing this we should take two variables. Okay. So here I take two variables a and b and I asked scanf %d and b. Okay. So first is asked for value of a and then after it will ask for value of b and we want to the sum of the value of a and b. So I create one variable sum and it store a plus b. Okay, and then value of sum will be printed. Sum of a and b is %d. Okay, and here I write sum. So the program will done. It will first ask for value a and then it will ask for value b and it doing the sum a plus b and it will store in the variable sum and then I print the value of sum. So compile this code. This asks for me value 20 and then I write 30. If you click enter, so it will enter then, and the sum of a and b is 15. Okay. So this is very simple code which you know. So we did our this summation program and you can look here, it will ask two value a and b and it will give the sum of these both values a and b. And you can also create using this float. If you use float, so you can do summation of the floating values which is the real values. Okay. So this is our scanf and you can combine this scanf statement like this. You can do instead of this like this, scanf %d two times and a and b. You can do like this. I combine this both scanf in one. Okay. So first it look here %d, so it go here and it asked for value and the value which is given by user, so it give to a and then it asks again the value and it will give to the b variable. If user gives the value, so we look here how it will work. Okay. So in memory, when you declare two variable a and b, so in memory here two space are allocated which name is a and b and you give the value to a and b. So assume this is a and this is b and this is our memory. Okay. So this is a and this is b and user give input as a 10. So in memory of a it stores the 10. If user give input as a 20, so in the value of b it will 20. It is not stored like this 10 and 20, but it will store in binary. Okay. So I hope you understand how scanf is work and how you can take input from user using this scanf. So let's move in the comments. Okay. So you know compiler read the all statements, and all statements are important for compiler. Okay, compiler first read this statement. This statement says that you have to include standard input output function in this program. So compiler read this and do according this statement, and it will include the functions in this program. And then compiler read this main method, but compiler did not read here. Compiler start reading from the main method. Okay, keep in mind this, compiler always start reading from the main method. Okay, so first compiler read this int a, int b, and then int a plus b. Okay, and compiler do accordingly here statement as written. But if you write some understanding, some comments here, you can write here comment here. Assume I write here comment printf is used for show output. Okay, so this is a comment. Compiler will not read comment. Okay, compiler don't read these comments. Compiler skip these comments and move forward in next line. Okay, so if you want to store some details of about code, because this is a very small code, so you don't need to write here description about how code it's work. But whenever you creating any large project, so you have need to comment, because if you write some logic in code, okay, and after some year you have to check it again, so you will forget how this logic is work. But if you write in comment how logic is work, so you at that time you can remember is easy. And if you give code for another person, so this is required, comments. Okay, this is very simple things. In C we have two types of comment. This is a single line comment. Okay, for writing comment you have to write this, and after this you can write anything. And compiler did not read this. Compiler do not read this. Okay, and another type is multi-line comment. Okay, this, in this line you can write multi-lines as a comment. Okay, so here I write printf is used for output, scanf is used for input. This is a multi-line comment. Okay, so you can write here like this. If you can write like this, so its output is percent this start the comment, and here it assume it is the end of the comment. Okay, and this code is run, but here this symbol it generate the error. So if this type of comment are, you cannot write like this, you cannot write nesting in the comment. Okay, it will generate error. But if you use one line comment, so you can use nesting many times. But if you use multi-line comment, so you cannot nesting this. Okay, so our today's lecture up to this, and in next lecture we will study about constants, and after towards we will study about if-else statements, which is known as a conditional statement also. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and please like and subscribe my channel, so I will creating more and more videos for you guys. Okay, so bye.